All right, let's dive right into this explainer. If you follow Dhaka's real estate market, you know things are evolving rapidly, but today we're unpacking a massive, incredibly lucrative shift. We're talking about Bashundhara R's new standard for modern living and the absolute explosion of platform management. We are pulling data from some highly trusted local sources today, specifically banglamart.com and hotels.com BD. And the data from these platforms gives us a crystal clear look at the boom in furnished apartment rentals, showing us exactly what modern tenants are demanding right now. We've got a clear roadmap for you today. We'll start with the macro evolution of Dhaka's rental market, define this new rental standard, put a spotlight on the Bashundhara Residential Area, analyze the actual financial benefits, weigh the real-world operational challenges, and wrap up with the future of urban living. So let's get into it. Okay, starting with part 1, Dhaka's rental market evolution, and how we're moving from traditional setups to service-oriented ecosystems. Think about it. Like 10 years ago, renting was pretty straightforward. You handed over the keys to an empty box, and that was that. Fast forward to 5 years ago, and we started seeing these structured, service-oriented ecosystems popping up in major cities. And today, there's just a surging demand from professionals and expats for flexible, completely hassle-free housing that actually fits Dhaka's fast-paced lifestyle. Which brings us to Section 2, defining this new rental standard. Specifically, we need to unpack exactly what furnished rentals and platform management actually mean here. So the first piece of the puzzle is furnished rentals. We're talking about properties that are literally ready to live in from day one. You walk in and you've got furniture, appliances, your kitchen essentials, sometimes even the internet and cleaning services are already set up for you. These are fully equipped homes, perfectly tailored for corporate employees or foreign workers who are more than happy to pay a premium just to avoid the headache of buying furniture. And the other half of that equation? Platform management. This is a total game changer. Instead of dealing with midnight maintenance calls yourself, landlords are using digital systems or third-party services to handle everything. They manage the listings, bookings, rent collection, customer support, the whole shebang. All right, moving on to Section 3, Spotlight on Bashundhara RA. Let's look at the absolute epicenter of this real estate revolution. So why is Bashundhara Residential Area leading the pack here? Well, for starters, it's a meticulously planned environment. You've got wide roads, organized blocks, and super reliable utilities. Plus, it naturally attracts a very specific target market: expatriates, private university students, and corporate professionals. Add in the security of a gated community, amazing lifestyle amenities, and modern apartment features like backup power and smart home readiness. Yeah, it's really no wonder landlords are investing heavily here. Now for the part everyone cares about. Section 4, analyzing the financial benefits. Let's break down this lucrative shift for property owners. 20 to 50%. Just let that sink in for a second. When you combine furnished units with platform management, you can command 20 to 50% higher rental income compared to your standard unfurnished spaces. We aren't just talking about a slight bump in cash flow. That is a completely different revenue bracket altogether. And the perks don't stop at just higher rent. Property owners are seeing significantly shorter vacancy periods because these platform listings have such a massive audience reach. You also get professional management handling all the annoying stuff, screening tenants, chasing down payments, coordinating repairs. And because they're doing regular inspections, your actual property is maintained so much better in the long run. Just take a look at this breakdown. Notice the huge jump in rental income. You go from moderate with a traditional rental all the way up to very high when you use the combined model. But here is the best part. While your income goes up, your management effort drops to very low. It's basically the dream scenario, maximizing your revenue while totally minimizing your own personal stress. But to keep things balanced, let's jump to Section 5, weighing the operational challenges. We really need to analyze the actual hurdles and market realities here. Because you have to ask, is this model completely perfect? Before you go out and completely gut your apartment to buy high-end furniture, we have to look objectively at the potential downsides. Here's the reality check. First off, the initial investment is high. Furnishing a place to meet those premium standards requires some serious upfront capital. Second, maintaining that quality of service is tough. You absolutely have to have reliable management partners, because a platform is only as good as the service it actually delivers. And finally, there's still a bit of a lack of market awareness locally, which can slow down adoption rates despite the obvious financial perks. All right, let's wrap things up with Section 6, the future of urban living. What exactly comes next for housing in Dhaka? Look, in premium zones like Bashundhara RA, this isn't just a fleeting trend anymore. It is becoming the standard. Moving forward, you can definitely expect more startups jumping in, way more innovation, and a massive shift toward a truly service-driven approach. Traditional landlords really must adapt, or they risk being left behind entirely. And this is where innovative service providers are stepping up to bridge that gap. Our sources highlighted a great example of this shift. If you are looking for a fully furnished apartment in Bashundhara RA, companies like REIT Limited are stepping in to help tenants find that perfect place to call home while giving landlords that peace of mind. They even provide direct contact avenues, like calling +880-1711-993377 or visiting hotels.com BD for anyone ready to make the pivot right now. So as we close out this explainer, I want to leave you with this thought. In a rapidly modernizing city where tenant expectations are completely changing, is your real estate working as hard as it could be? Will you cling to the high-effort, moderate-income past? Or will you step into the highly profitable future of platform management? Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.